Hi, I'm Paulette Lambert. I'm in the Wellness Kitchen at the California Health and Longevity Institute. Today we're going to be making curried coconut shrimp. You know, many of us do that as a takeout dish, but it's so simple and so easy to make at home. Very healthy. We got shrimp that's very low in saturated fat, light coconut milk, and lots of spices to make this a wonderful meal that you can make in minutes. So let's get started. We're going to be making a green rice that goes with our curried coconut shrimp, and let's get that started because it takes a little while to cook basmati rice. Just going to heat up our saucepan here. So I have a tablespoon of olive oil. And we're just going to toast our rice in that drop of oil. And I have 2 cups of basmati rice. So we're just going to let this toast for a second. So now we're getting that nice browning in there. You see those specks of brown? And then getting that toasted flavor. Very fragrant smelling rice. And I'm going to add my 2½ cups of water. There we go. And we're going to put a lid on that. And we'll put it on our back burner to simmer. So I have my 1 tablespoon of oil, and this is olive oil, and you can use canola as well. These are both healthy oils that are high in omega-3, which break up the inflammation in your body, less disease, which is a good thing. And again, we're only using 1 tablespoon. We don't need to add 3 and 4 tablespoons of oil. And that's the difference of doing this type of dish at home and ordering it from a restaurant. It's going to have a lot more fat content and more calories. And to that, I'm going to be adding my 1 tablespoon of ginger, and this is just chopped ginger. And I'm going to add my 2 teaspoons of garlic. As you can see already, we're going to have great spicy, lots of flavor in this dish. And heating garlic and ginger and spices and oil brings out the flavor. The heat actually brings out more flavor. So you really want to add this in the beginning when you cook. And a drop of oil, garlic, ginger, and a lot of your dried spices should be added at this point too, because it's just going to give them more flavor. Makes it more fragrant, and it really disperses the flavor more through the dish. And I have a half a cup of red onion, diced fine, and I'm going to put that in there. My favorite smells, garlic, ginger, and onions cooking. It's the base of many wonderful dishes, especially exotic dishes that have a lot of taste and a lot of flavor. Just let that cook for a second. Now, after that softens a little bit, what we're going to be adding is a whole bunch of spices. Here we've got turmeric, and we've got coriander, and we've got chili powder, and we have Thai bird red chilies. And this is a Thai bird red chili. If you don't find this in your market, you can also use a little bit of jalapeno or serrano chili as well. These are very hot, so it's very, very important that you don't use too much. You can always add a little more at the end if you'd like to. I only have a half a teaspoon here because I know what the heat is from this. When you cut a chili, cut it in half, and make sure you take all the seeds out inside, because the seeds actually even have more heat in them. Now, what you can do, and we'll do this too to make this just a little spicier, with scooping out the seeds, is you can just add the chili half as a whole to your dish, and then you can take it out at the end, and that can control the heat and not make it too spicy. We could just put this whole thing into our dish and let the flavors come from this and pull it out at the end, and then you don't bite into any piece of chili. So if you really don't like it that hot but want some chili flavor, I'd suggest you just add the chili as a whole or a half and then take it out, and you won't get quite so much heat. Looks like my onions and garlic and ginger are all nice and soft and cooked. Smells wonderful. I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. We're going to let that heat up to release those spices. I have 2 tablespoons of coriander here. That's a lot of spice. And I have a half a teaspoon of chili powder. And I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of very finely chopped Thai redbird chili. And we're just going to let this cook for just a minute. Again, we want to heat these spices up to release all that wonderful flavor. And then I'm going to add a half a cup of tomatoes. And then I'm going to be adding a half a cup of light coconut milk. And remember, please use light. This is about 150 calories a cup, so this is 75. If this was regular coconut milk, it would be 450 a cup. So what a calorie savings, and much less saturated fat. And this is the difference of doing this at home versus eating in a restaurant where they're not going to be using light coconut milk. And then I'm going to add my shrimp. And I have a pound and a half of shrimp. And these are about medium-sized shrimp. About 3 of them are an ounce at 30 calories. Very lean protein. And we're just going to put those in there and cook them until they turn pink. And you want some heat here. You know your shrimp are done when they start turning pink. You don't want to overcook them. If you overcook shrimp, they get really tough and kind of rubbery, and that's not a great taste. So you just want to get them just turning opaque, just pink color through, and they're done. And then we'll pull this off the heat. Ah, there we go. Beautiful coconut curried shrimp. And then we're just going to add a couple tablespoons of cilantro, get that pretty green color and flavor going. Cilantro has a lot of flavor, goes so well with all of these kind of Thai spices that we used in here. Okay. So our curried coconut shrimp is done. Isn't that gorgeous? With the colors, the pink of the shrimp, the orange and the reds and the greens. Oh, it smells so good. This is as exotic as anything you could get in a restaurant, but it's so much more healthy because we controlled the fat by using less oil and using light coconut milk. So what I have here is I have spinach leaves, and we're going to take 2 cups of packed spinach. You want to pack that in so you get enough of it. Just put this in your blender. By the way, spinach is a leafy green vegetable, very high in vitamin K, folate, huge amount of antioxidants. It contains lutein, an antioxidant that's so important for eye health. So we'd like you to eat spinach 3 to 4 times a week in different ways. Throw handfuls in a salad, throw it in your pasta dishes, saute it with a little garlic and olive oil. And again, we never think about making spinach pesto or spinach kind of blended up and added to other things, but this is a great recipe with lots of leafy green. I'm also going to take about a cup of cilantro and pack that in here. So this is going to give our rice so much flavor. And I have about a cup of parsley leaves here, and again, packed. Now, normally we think of all these herbs added for flavor, but think health. All these herbs are more concentrated in antioxidants than even vegetables and fruit are. So we're adding a lot of antioxidants to typically a white rice that doesn't have a lot of nutritional value. Rice has a lot of carbohydrate and a lot of calories, not much fiber, and it's enriched with a few B vitamins, but again, not super packed. By making it super green rice, we're making it super nutrition packed. And so I have all these herbs in my spinach in there, and I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. And 3/4 of a cup of water. And then we're going to turn our blender on and we're going to puree this up. So start on low. You may not want to tell your family this is a lot of vegetables and herbs in here. It's a beautiful green color, but they think, oh, I don't eat those, but they probably will in this rice. And so we've got this green, bright green liquid. Again, bright green means lots of antioxidants. Mother Nature color-coded fruits and vegetables. The darker, the more vibrant color, the higher the antioxidant level. And look how nice and bright and green that one is. And we're just going to pour this over our hot rice. Let's just fluff this up. And then what I have here is a couple tablespoons of toasted pine nuts, and we're going to add them in there to give us a little bit of crunch and texture as well. And just a pinch of sea salt. Put any in the salt, and we'll give that a taste. And that is our green rice, ready to be served with our coconut curried shrimp. And you could garnish this with a little bit more cilantro on your shrimp if you'd like to. I can't wait to taste this. I'm going to take some green rice on my plate. And a serving of rice for most of us who need to be health conscious and weight conscious is about a cup of rice, and that's about a cup. We don't really want to eat much more than that. It's a complex carbohydrate. We don't need to eat a lot of it. It's good for us in limited amounts, but again, if we're watching weight, no more than about a cup. And then to really round this dish out, you could serve another vegetable. I have some steamed carrots over here. I just left them plain and steamed. We have so much sauce and so much flavor. We can add more vegetables to our plate, and the carrots add even more color. And the sweetness of the carrots goes really well with the spiciness of the shrimp and the seasonings that's on the shrimp. And so this is a wonderful, easy restaurant-style dish that looks delicious. Oh, so good. Light, healthy, great, easy dish. This is Paulette Lambert from the Wellness Kitchen, where everything's nutritious and it's always delicious.